All right, welcome everybody. So before we start, I want to let you know that make sure that you're active. I will ask you some questions. Make sure to keep typing, send your messages, and don't be shy because you are here to learn. If you just sit there and listen to me, you will learn nothing. Just you will waste your time. So make sure you are active in our classes. Let me start sharing. I hope it works. Okay. Can you see my screen? Is it okay? If you can see the screen, please say yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Say something. Yes, very good. And my voice is clear. Perfect. So far, so good. So, before we start the lesson, I want to ask you something. Who knows about this grammar topic? Before I start teaching, I want you to tell us or to explain about this grammar. What is first conditionals? Or let's say, what are first conditionals? No, it's free, absolutely free. I've been hosting such classes since 2023. Yes, so all free. So tell me, first conditionals. What can you say? You can give me some examples, explanations, anything. It's when we use would or should in our sentences. Not exactly, no. That's actually modal verbs. I mean, using should, would, can, could, may, might. Possibility of something happening in the future. Mm-hmm. That's better. Anything else? 35 people means 35 answers. Uh-huh. Don't worry. It's okay if you write something incorrectly. These can be subject. It's when we talk about facts. No. A sentence introduced by if. You can say that. And after Nahida, we will begin. So, all eyes on Nahida and Void. Let's see what they'll say. Sorry, what the question? Oh, I'm working so. Okay, my question was about the topic. Like, I was asking someone to explain this topic before I do that. But let's say that. So, first conditional, the grammar topic is an intermediate grammar topic. So, what does it mean? It means you need to know the basics, like what a verb is, what a subject is. I don't know. The tenses you should know, like simple present, past perfect, thing like that. And after that, you can understand. So, what is a conditional? Okay, a conditional sentence or a conditional is a sentence that expresses a hypothetical situation. A hypothetical means imaginary. If you don't know, we can say imaginary, fake. And the likely outcome that would result if the situation were to occur. Okay? Maybe you say, okay, that's hard. I don't get it. Okay. Let's say this is your goal. Okay? This is your goal. You want, and you're here. That's you. You want to achieve that goal. Okay? You want to succeed. During this wait, I mean, you are here. There's like distance between you. You need to do something. Okay? You need to pass, for example, this barrier. So, this is your result, the goal. Achieving the goal is the result. But that's not free. You need to do something for it. You need to work hard, study hard, I don't know, do many things. In that case, you can achieve it. So, this kind of thing is like your condition. So, In conditional sentenences, any type, you will see two things. There are two main things always there. Let me make a new page. So one of them is condition. One of them is the result. There are so many names, we will talk about them. So just keep it in mind, condition and result. So that's the meaning of a conditional sentence. So it says it expresses A, a hypothetical situation, and B, the likely outcome that would result if that situation were to occur. Means provided that we have that situation. For example, I say, if you study hard, or just to study, not even hard. If you study, you will pass your exams. Can you tell me, exams, can you tell me, this is my question, what is my goal? What is my goal? Just type it. Our classes are chat-based. Make sure you are doing this. Make sure you are active. Don't just sit there. If I work hard, I will. Very good. Yes, we should do. Very good. Very good. Very good. Conditional equals very good. Pass the exam. Pass the exam. Very good. Exactly. Very good. Perfect. So, is it free? I mean, if you watch TikTok, what was the name? TikTok. Yeah, TikTok. If you, I don't know what, Instagram Reels, will you automatically pass, or you need to do something for it? No. So okay, what should you do if that's not free? Do something. Do what? Like dance, play, I don't know, study, sleep, watch, study. Very good. Do we have to type the same thing when other students? Of course, because you are you, they are they. You know, there are two different things. They are doing that, so they are making some progress, but you're just watching, not as much as them. Make sure to do that. The more it's forbidden watching. Okay, yeah. A study. Very good, very good. So you need to do something for it. Here we say a study. Very good. So if you want to say condition result, which one is the condition? A study or pass? My condition. A study. And on the other hand, passing is the result. So we have two different things in this case. Here, I will divide the sentence into two parts. Okay? One of them, which has if, I say that's an if clause. That's an if clause. And the other part, which has will, I said that's a main clause. A main clause. For if clause, we also call it conditional clause too. I'm talking about the names. Conditional clause 2. But maybe you're wondering, okay, what is a clause? I've never heard that. Or maybe you've heard that, but you don't know the meaning. So, another question. What is a clause? What's a clause? Does condition always use if? We will talk about that. No, not always. There are so many we call it alternatives of if. There are so many things. Study a sentence. So let me know. A clause. What is a clause? It's a grammar. Of course, that's a grammar. We know that. I mean, explain it. Like, for example, subject, we have an explanation for it. Verb 2. Part of a sentence without the subject. Without the subject, no. Subject, verb. Which one add two sentences together? Not always. Circumstances, no. Several people, that's great. No. Maybe it makes sense. Alpaca, no, maybe it makes sense. Ask to for it? No, ask for it. So, a clause is simply, so before that, let me tell you in this way. I say, for example, I eat an apple. I eat an apple. What is I? What's the part of a speech of I? Is it my object? Is it my subject? Is it my verb? What is I? Subject. Okay. What is eat? I eat an apple. What is eat? Verb. Okay, so far so good. What is my object? No, what is my object? Apple. What is an? An. No, an is not a clause. No. Article. Very good. De, I don't know, an, or without, we call it article. Very good. This is a clause. This is a clause all together. Or people call it sentence too. But another example, I swim. I swim. What's the subject? I swim. What's the subject? I. Oh, very good. What's the verb? Swim. What's the object? User, not all the time. We will talk about that. What's the object? Object. No object. Okay, very good. So here we have SVO, subject, verb, object. Here we have SV. SV, or subject plus a verb, is the base verb of a clause. Okay, like the simplest form. So a clause means a group of words contains a subject plus a verb plus something else if you want. That's a clause. People also call it sentence, but we have two types of clauses. One type we call it dependent. One type we call it independent. Independent clauses, yes, they are exactly sentences, also known as I eat an apple. That's an independent clause. That's a sentence. Very good. But we also have dependent clauses. For example, if you study, is it a complete sentence? When I say if you study, do you get my point, or you are waiting for other information? If I study what? Not yet. Very good. That's dependent. Means it depends on another clause. Like for example, in relative clause, this is the person. This is the, for example, this is the person who helped me yesterday. This is the, if I say this is the person, okay, this is the person what? Who is this person? I said who helped me yesterday. So this is the base form of clause. Because we talked about it, I wanted to let you know this part too. So we have two clauses: if clause, main clause. But how many types of conditionals do we have? How many types of? First conditional, okay, that's it, or do we have more? For all conditional, topic and condition. For all, Francis, mostly first conditional. We will get deep into first conditionals, but we will talk about other conditionals too, if we get the time. But priority is first and second. First and zero. 4, 3. Okay, very good. So there are four main types of conditional sentences. We have zero, we have first, this is our topic today, these two normally. Second and third, also we have mixed conditionals. There are another type of conditional sentences that combine elements from different types of conditionals, means 2, 3, or 3, 2 respectively, in order. So these are the types of conditionals we have in English, or maybe other languages. But first conditionals, okay. First conditionals are a type of conditional sentences that express a possible or a likely event or situation in the future based on a certain condition in the present. Please pay attention to the keywords. A possible, not a fact, not always true, likely event, not 100%, in the future based on a certain condition in the present. So far, example of what? Why we're learning conditional, is it really necessary? Yes, it is. Yeah. So, here again, possible or likely event means that's not 100% sure. Probably, possibly. In the future, based on a certain condition in the present. So far you know that when we say first conditional, we are talking about present conditions and actually for future possible results. Not always a fact. For example, our friend asked for examples. If you study hard, you will pass the exam. If it rains, we will stay indoors. Or I don't know. If I have time, I'll call you later. So, for example, in number 3, if you have time, what is our goal? What do we want to do in the future? To call others. Maybe that's correct, maybe that's wrong. So don't just rely on others' answer. Make sure to write your opinions, maybe yours. Is it correct? Call you later. To call. Very good. Yes. So can I call that person anytime I want? Or it depends? It depends on what? Okay, depends on what? I can call that person, depends on if I have time. Very good, very good, exactly. Or this one, if you don't hurry, you will miss the bus. You will miss the bus. So what is my goal in this case? What is my goal? Do I want to miss the bus or catch the bus? Take the bus. Very good, very good. So what should I do or what shouldn't I do? Not always positive, maybe sometimes negative. What should I do or what shouldn't I do? I should hurry up or I shouldn't waste time, for example. I should hurry up or I shouldn't waste time. For what? For taking the bus. You should hurry. Very good. Yes. Or if she gets the job, she will move to a new city. So moving to a new city requires that, needs that, the fact that she gets a job, or the job in that case. Or if we finish early, we will have time to watch it. Okay? Clauses. We have 2 clauses. If clause, we said, contains the word if. When you see the word if, that's an if clause. And shows condition. We also call it conditional clause 2. And the tense is present simple. And in a better way, present tense. Means present continuous, present perfect continuous. We can use them too. We will see. But on the other hand, we have our main clause. It shows the result. And it's future simple or future tense again. So, present, future. That's all we need for first conditionals. But let's talk about the structure. Any questions so far? You shouldn't waste, not wasting. You shouldn't waste. Just if she gets a job that contains a condition. Very good. Let's have reviews. Okay. So the structure, if clause plus present simple, what is that? Then we need a comma. This comma plays a key role. You have to follow that. You cannot ignore the comma. Then main clause, if you study hard, comma, you will succeed. Very good. But you can do that in a reverse. Actually, you can do that like reversed in an opposite order. How? You can start with your main clause You can start with will. You will succeed if you study hard. In the first one, we started with if, but here we started with will. So you can change that. But if you start with if, you have to use a comma. But if you start with will, you must not. It's an obligation. You must not use a comma. In this case, I have a comma, but here I don't have a comma because I don't need a comma. Okay? This is very important, the order. But you can use anything you want. If I attend the lesson, I'll understand subject. So keep it in mind. So pay attention to the way of writing. Way of writing. And in speaking, you need to pause for like 1 second. For example, if you study hard, you will succeed. A very slight pause. But you'll succeed if you study hard. You'll succeed if you study hard. No pause. Okay? Basic examples. If I have time after work, I'll go to the gym. We will stay indoors if it rains tomorrow. If you finish your homework tonight, you can watch TV. I'll introduce myself if I see her at the party. If we leave now, we can't make it to the movie on time. He will pass if he studies hard for the exam. And if you come to the party, I will introduce you to my friends. Okay? If I do this, it will happen. Very good. In a very basic form. If I do A, B will happen. Something like that. I will have B, for example. So, okay. If I'm alive, I will always love you. For example. So you cannot say like that, but why we are always using if here? So wait. What's your name? Bulldozer. Bulldozer. Step by step. In further slides, further pages, we will talk about some alternatives if, like unless, in case, I don't know, provided that, providing that, suppose, in condition. There are so many things, both for will and for if. So just wait. The if clause. Now we are here. Very good. Your question. Here is the list of words you can use instead of if. Some people call it alternative, some people call it replacement. Doesn't matter. For example, unless. I say, let me type it. I think typing is better. I say, you will fail. You will fail. Or something better, you will get fired. Unless you work hard. What does it mean? Unless means if not. So, the same situation, I can duplicate it, I think. No, I can't. So I will write it again. You will get fired if you do not or don't work hard. You can see two sentences with exactly, actually with the same meaning. You will get fired, you will get fired, work hard, work hard. The difference is, we said, you work and you don't work. So, if you use if and not, like do not, I don't know, does not, anything, you can change that to unless with an affirmative, positive way. They're the same. You will get fired unless you work hard. You will get fired if you don't work hard. They are exactly the same. But you cannot say unless you don't work hard. No. Unless always comes with a positive clause, not a negative one. You cannot say unless you don't. That's wrong. Unless you work. On condition that, it's very basic and obvious. On condition that you help me, I will pay you, for example. Or when, we're talking about the time. Here we had, you can watch TV. For example, here, if you finish your homework tonight, you can watch TV. I can say, you can watch TV when you finish your homework, or even when you have finished your homework. I have these alternatives too. Unless you work hard, you will be fired. Very good. Very good. But mostly when we use unless, we use it in the second part. We start with will most of the time. But that's correct too. No double negation. Very good. Very good. You cannot say if not not. It's not mathematic. You say negative, negative, positive. No, it's English. When we said, for example, you can watch TV when you finish your homework. Provided that, this is interesting, it's or providing that the same. It means you need to do something for that. For example, provided that you give me the money, I will, for example, buy a car. Provided that, you give me some money, I will buy a car. Means if you do that, if you pay me the money, if you give me the money, I will buy a car. So English, there are so many words in English. So it's a matter of like diversity or variety of words. Instead of always saying if, you can say if, provided that, unless, in case, I don't know, as long as, different. Provided you would, no, that's wrong, Luca. Provided that you ask me is if. When you have provided, when you have unless, when you have if, you don't use will. Provided that you ask me, I will come to the party. Does it matter if you put the clause in the beginning of the clause? Mostly it's better to do it in the end, For example, I will help you, you will get fired unless you work hard. It's like showing you the solution. When you say I'm talking about unless for now. When you say unless, it's like first you say the consequences. That's the philosophy behind it. You say the consequences, you will get fired. This is the warning. You will get fired. Oh, unless now you're giving some solutions. That's the solution. Unless you work hard. It's like that. First you warn the guy, you somehow threaten the guy. You say you will get fired unless now I have a solution for you. You work hard. That's like that. Amazing. Yeah. Provided you ask me, I will come to the party. Very good. Yeah. Any questions, make sure to ask. So, in case, that's something else. I will write two sentences. A. I will take an umbrella if it rains, and in case it rains. And that's B, not A. So guys, A, B. What's the difference between A and B? Let me also, What's the difference? I will take an umbrella if it rains. I will take an umbrella in case it rains. Let me know. I'll work out with you unless you stop cheating. Okay. No difference? No, there is a difference. The second is sure no. No, there is a difference. I mean, why would I ask you if there were no difference? No. They are different, but how different? Tricky question. Yeah, you will take it anyway in the second phrase. Why? Why would I take that anyway? It's already raining? No. I said if it rains. No. When it rains, he will take. Void. Something like that. In the first one, we wait for the rain to happen and then. Very good. Very good. Barbara says A is with F. So I know. No, that's pretty obvious. I mean, so what's the difference in meaning? I know different, but I can't. Okay, that's good. So very good. Alpaca and others, and void and others. Very good. When you say, I will take an umbrella if it rains, means I should see the rain. I should see the drops coming down. I should see that right now it is raining. Then I will take my umbrella. I will use an umbrella. Exactly like that. If you will pass your exams if you study. So first, you should say that. First, you should study, then you can pass. You cannot pass after that come and study. Why? I mean, that's ridiculous. But B says, no, right now, it's sunny. The weather is sunny. Very good. You wouldn't do that. You said, no, right now that is sunny, I want to take the umbrella. Why? Because maybe in the evening it rains. You want to be prepared. You want to be ready. You want to make sure that you're fully equipped, for example. So that's the difference. No, all of them are conditionals. All of them. You will take the umbrella if it didn't rain yet. No, he will take the umbrella it didn't rain yet. No. A says, first, it should rain. You should see that it is raining. A. After that, you will do that. But B says, no, right now I want to take it anyway. Very good. Very good. So yes, you said the difference. So when you say in case, means you want to make sure. You want to be ready. Or as sentences our friend said. Providing that again, as long as. For example, as long as you drive safe, you drive carefully, for example, as long as you drive carefully, I will let you use my car. As long as you drive carefully, I will let you use my car. Can you explain more detail about which one? As long as or in case? Because as long as we said means until. In case. So in case means when you want to be ready. For example, or you want to do it anyway. You want to do it anyway. For example, I said, tomorrow we are having a meeting. I will remind you in case you forget. I will remind you in case you forget. In this case means maybe you don't forget. Maybe you set an alarm for it. But anyway, I will call you. I want to make sure that you will be present there. Anyway, means I don't care if you have set an alarm for it or not. Tomorrow, 8 a.m., I will call you because I want to make sure. So that's the use of in case. Normally we say. I will take an umbrella in case it rains. Means I don't care if it rains or not. Anyway, I want to have an umbrella, take an umbrella because maybe it rains. In that moment, I want to be ready. So that's the use of in case. Did you get it, Francis? The person in the first sentence has not decided to take an umbrella. Why the person in the first sentence has not decided? Because it's not raining. Right now it's not raining, so why would he take that? Person B says, no, I want to be sure. I want to be ready. That's why I'll take it. Yes, very good. I got it? Okay, perfect. But now we're going to talk about some alternatives, some other options we can use for will. Here, we're going to use some modal verbs. Modals like can, could, shall, should, may, might, but not all of them. Some of them. We can use shall. Shall. It's very formal. It's not very common. I mean, you can use it in informal situations too, like the example. But when you say we, and I plus shall, it also means will. I shall go means I will go. We shall study means we will study. Mostly Old English, or I don't know, just an alternative. Just for example, you see in some books. For example, in the book it says, "I shall never see you again." I shall never see you again. So what does it mean? It means I will never see you again. Shall mostly is British, mostly. Classic is better. Yes. Yes, very good, Gillies. Yes. So, for example, to express a future action or outcome, if you come to the party, I shall or I will introduce you to my party. Both of them are correct. I shall, I will introduce you to my friends. We can use could too, it's not very common. A possibility or hypothetical situation. If I work hard this year, I could get a promotion. It means that's not the only factor. If I work hard this year, that doesn't guarantee that I can get a promotion. Maybe I work hard this year, but my boss doesn't like me. I don't know. Or my boss wants to promote his son, his partner, his friend, whatever. Maybe I work hard, but it's a possibility. Very good. Good morning. Yeah, I learned that shall is only used with. Yes, I and V, as I said here, Gillies. I said V and I, not he or she. So when you say could in this situation, it mostly shows that that's not the only factor. That's not the only condition. Maybe you work hard. Maybe you do that perfectly, but your boss doesn't like you. Maybe he even fires you. Who knows? So you cannot. No one can guarantee you. No one can guarantee that. Should, we can say, if you leave work on time. Sorry, this one should. If you study hard, you should pass the exams. That's common sense. If you do that, you should be able to do that too. But can, we can use it. If I leave work on time, I can make it to the concert. Also talks about ability. Like, I will have the ability to do that. Like, I can. For example, if you study, you can watch TV. You can watch TV. Can use it for shall you. Shall you? What do you mean? No, could doesn't mean past. No, not always. User 6134771105. No. For example, you yourself, user, you will sing for us. You start singing. And I said, oh, you have a nice voice. You could be a good singer. You have a nice voice. You could be a good singer. Am I talking about past? No. I'm talking about future. I'm saying you have the potentials. You have the potentials to be a good singer in the future because you have a nice voice, for example. So you can talk about potentials, talents like that in the future. Is good? No. Hello, sir. Hello, Salamanca. Oh, like Victor Salamanca or Hector Salamanca. Okay. Look at I'm able to. Why you said could there, not can? Because can, yeah, they are different. Can talks about ability. I can swim. I can, I don't know, sing. But could means in the future. You have the potential. For example, you sing something very fast. I said you could be a good rapper. I'm just guessing because you did something perfectly. You have this chance, you have this talent to become a rapper. Maybe you don't even like this job. You said, no, I want to become a doctor. You said, okay, whatever you want. So, but can is like you have the ability. Could means you have the potentials. But in the past, yes, I can swim and I could swim when I was a kid. When I was 4 years old, I could swim. That's for past. Don't confuse these two. Might too. If I have time after work, I might go to the gym. This also means maybe I have time, but I'm not on the mood. I'm not on the mood. Or, for example, I have other tasks to do. Also this one. All of them are saying one thing. You can use a different one. Is all this different from the present conditional and past? We don't have present conditional. We have first conditional. Yes, we're talking about first conditionals. Yes, all of them for first. Can, you have the ability, could, the opportunity. Very good. The potential, talent, whatever you can call it. For future. English is hard. Yeah, of course. I mean, you haven't seen a Russian, you haven't seen Chinese, Arabic. But we will have some examples with our alternatives. In case you missed the train, here. In case you missed the train, call me and I'll pick you up. In case means just, precaution, or just to be ready, just to know. Don't worry if you miss the train, it's okay. Don't worry. Call me and I'll pick you up. Maybe you don't miss it, but if you do, that's okay. Should you need any help, feel free to add. That's inversion. That's advanced. We use inversion, the grammar. Inversion. If you don't know, that's fine. For advanced student, provided that it's not too expensive, I will buy the book. Provided that it's not too expensive, I'll buy the book. Unless you change your mind, we will meet at the restaurant tonight. I mean, if you don't change your mind tonight, maybe you change it, but if you don't, we will meet each other at the restaurant tonight. As long as you're careful, you can try the new skateboard. If the weather holds up, we shall go on a picnic tomorrow. We will go on a picnic tomorrow. That's wrong. There's a kind of mistake here in the event. I will forget to fix that. You can say, on condition that the flight is cancelled, we will take the train, or if the flight is cancelled, we will take the train. As soon as I finish my work, I'll go for a walk. Should the flight be delayed, we will have to reschedule our meeting. Again, inversion. In case you forget, this one. In case you forget, I will remind you about the meeting tomorrow. Means maybe you don't forget, but anyway, I'm going to call you tomorrow morning, for example. Yes, Chinese too. If you want to fix your mistakes, use Grammarly. It's a kind of application. Nowadays, it's a kind of keyboard too. On your phone or computer, you can use it. When you write something incorrectly, it automatically corrects it for you. So don't use ChatGPT. Use Grammarly. It's always with you. Not harder than. Very good. Very good. How did you get that gift? That's nice. Yes. Is there a request? No. No. Should the flight be delayed means if the flight. Okay, and it's inversion. It's inversion. Yeah, I like the gift. Like, as soon as I said, you sent it. That was nice. So all of them are conditional. Yes, they're conditionals. They're conditionals. Yes. Questions. Okay, you want to make some questions. That's very easy because we want to talk about other types too. I'll just do it fast. So you can use questions. Yes. What will you do? I don't know. With what and with the if clause. Mostly we ask with second conditional, like what would you do if you had wings? What would you do if you were rich? What would you do if you were, I don't know, something. You can also use imperative clauses too. If you want to pass your exams, study hard. Like your command, I'm telling you. If I don't want to get fired, for example, I'm your boss and you are my employee. I said, hey, for example, Bob, if you don't want to get fired, get your act together and work. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, Bob, something like that. Commands. It used to show me alternative words. Okay. Rin says we'll join it. Okay, thank you. Have a good day, Rin. Don't worry, I'm recording the class, so tomorrow I will upload it on my YouTube channel, and you can see yourself. So, if you don't buy a house, if you want to buy a new house, get a job. I don't say you get a job, he get it. No, get a job. There is no subject. It's imperative commands, and others. Advanced tips. So. That was first conditionals. I want to talk about zero conditionals. Zero conditionals. So, And before I actually do that, maybe you are wondering how you can download this PDF, because the PDF I'm using is my for me. I mean, I did that. I wrote it. There are some examples and explanations if you want. You can just simply join my Telegram channel, and there are so many free materials. Lots of free materials, and give me a second. Yes, and you can join. Yeah, free, like videos, PDFs. Some we also have a discussion group, thing like that. Free, yes, for free. You can join my Telegram channel and download the PDFs I'm sharing right now and the videos. And I have a YouTube channel. Yes. You ask, what's your YouTube channel? My YouTube channel is YouTube. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I sent that. Let me tag you. Nahida, I sent that. Yeah. English with Nimafar. So make sure to join the Telegram channel. Telegram is more important because I will send the YouTube links on Telegram too. So if you join the Telegram, like killing two birds with one stone. But thank you. Yeah, I've been doing this since 2023. I think people, everyone has this right to learn English because that's something international, worldwide. So you're welcome. But for zero conditional, so when you want to talk about facts, talking about facts, truth, and habits. For example, I say, if you heat, means to give, like, make it warm. If you heat water, so you tell me, it will boil or it boils? Which one? It boils or it will boil? Why? Hicham, I don't know, Luca. Class, it's not 5 a.m.? Really? No, for me it's like 11 a.m. No, not will, not will. Come on, wait. It boils, but why? Why it boils? Who can tell me the reason? 12:24? Oh, up to, yeah, we're in the same country. It's a fact, so it happens. It's a fact. Very good. That's a fact. If you heat water, it boils. That's a fact. If you, heat ice, it melts. That's a fact. If you go to another country, in another situation, it's still the same. 100% that will happen. 100%. But if you study, you will pass your exam. What about this one? Let me type it. If you study, you will pass your exams. Can I say 100%? Can I guarantee that if you study, you will pass it? Can I guarantee that? If you study, you will pass. Don't worry. No. Because maybe you study, but maybe you don't perform well. Or maybe you get there late. Maybe you don't even get there. You die before your exam. So, technically. So, that's not a fact. No one can guarantee that. But I can guarantee that if you heat water, it boils. Maybe you didn't effectively, very good. Maybe even you've studied effectively. Let's say that. Maybe you don't get there on time. You get there late. Maybe you get sick. Maybe you die. Maybe something like that. It's not 100%. So that's why we say possible, likely even. That's why. About truth too. Sometimes we can talk about some people. For example, if you interrupt Jack, he becomes angry. Or he gets angry. It's better. He gets angry. Like, kind of a fact about Jack. Like he's in that case, he does that a lot. Like if you interrupt him, he gets really angry. Like for example, say your teacher. If you interrupt your teacher, if you I don't know, if you keep talking in the class, your teacher gets angry, and something else. If you move to Italy, you will eat well. If you drink a lot of coffee. Mm-hmm. So no, so when we say this one, he gets angry because it's a fact about that person. Okay, it's not normally common because people do different things all the time. You cannot find one person doing exactly one thing. But if you know someone like that, and that's the truth, because we said truth, that's a truth, a fact about that guy, you can say that. Like you are sure that if you interrupt all the time, he gets angry. You can say like that. But normally we say with will because we are actually predicting. We are predicting if you interrupt Jack, probably he will get angry. One point of view. Another point is like, no. You have known Jack for 20 years. You know that anytime people interrupt him, he gets angry. That's a fact about him. It's very rare. It's not very common. But just to let you know. It's not science. It's not a fact, but it's a truth about someone. It's not a fact, but it's a truth about someone. So, I said it's not very common, but if you know someone like you've known him for 20 years, you are 100% sure that he will have this reaction, you can say that. That's very rare. It's not very common. So, but normally with facts, we say it's very common with facts. I'm just telling you the very detailed things. So both parts, both clauses we use present simple. Present. If you heat, it boils. Oh, we use this one. And also second, what do we understand here by zero conditional? Because we are still using conditionals. What do we understand here? So zero conditional, it's also a part of conditional sentences. No, get is an alternative. No. No, you didn't get that. We don't have will in zero conditionals. We use present simple and present simple. Both of them are present simple. If you heat water, it boils. Or, I don't know, if you interrupt Jack, he gets angry. It's not an alternative. It's another thing. Forget those alternatives. It's something else. We don't use modal verb. No, we don't use modal verbs. No, we use present simple. Because if you're talking about facts, if you die, you go to heaven. So, again here, I mean, if you are 100% sure that if that person dies, he goes to heaven, yes. But technically we say if you die, you will go to heaven. Because maybe he goes to hell. How do you know? How can you guarantee that user? How do you know about his actions, his performance? You say, okay, maybe he killed someone. Maybe he did something bad and doesn't go to heaven. So when you say if we die, you go to heaven, it's for like 100% sure. If you are, okay, so be it. Second, let's talk about second conditionals because we're running out of time. Second conditionals. When do we use second conditionals? Who can tell me? For example, I say, if I had wings, I would fly. Quick question. Do I have wings? Like birds? No. So can I fly? Maybe. What do you mean maybe? No. Very good. So it's imaginary. It's hypothetical. I'm just dreaming. I'm just thinking. I said, well, if I had wings like birds, I would fly. I'm just dreaming, imagining something. Okay? Okay. Bulldozer said how I'll make difference between zero and others. So, others, we need to study others too. So far, we talked about first and zero. Okay? First, conditionals talk about possibilities, not facts, not all the time. Maybe. If you study, you will pass your exam. Maybe. Not 100% sure. Maybe you don't study effectively. Maybe you don't get there on time. Maybe you cheat and they fail you. Maybe you die. So you cannot guarantee that. But zero conditionals, no. It's a fact. 100%. If you heat butter, it boils. It has been proven. But that's the difference. I don't know. Very good, very good. Exactly. He chum, I think. If I were a bird, I would fly. Something like that. Second. I think in the main clause we can use could, should, might. No, we can just use could and would. Just could and would. Yes. You can say, for example, if I were rich, I will type them. If I were rich, I could buy a house. Means if I were rich, I'm not rich, but let's imagine I am rich. I have this possibility, I have this potential to buy a house. So I am not rich, I can't buy a house because I don't have enough money. Or I say, if I, for example, if I were tall, or if he were tall, he would play basketball, whatever. If he were tall, he would play basketball. So I'm just dreaming. That guy is not tall, he's short. Okay, so he can't play basketball because it's just a waste of time. It's type 2 of a clause. We can say, if I were Elon Musk. Very good. If I were Elon Musk, if I were Bill Gates, whatever, I would, not will. I would get myself a pony, for example. If I had money, I could go abroad. Very good. You don't have money, so you can't go abroad. If she was a billionaire, she could pay a company, she could buy a company. If I had money, I would invest. Very good. But why I said if he were? Because we say he was, she was. I said she were, he were. Because you want to show how imaginary it is. You use an incorrect grammar to show how imaginary it is. If I had wings, or for example, if he were a bird, if he were a bird, he would fly. I have a question. Is there a chance in the future, is there a chance that human becomes a bird? Is it possible? No. So we are using a wrong grammar, an incorrect grammar to show how imaginary it is. Even in English, we don't have he were. That's the reason we say he were. But I say, if he was rich, he would buy a car. If he was rich, he would buy a car. Is it possible that in the future, this person becomes rich? Is it possible? Can we say maybe he becomes rich? Who knows? Maybe he's lucky. Yes. So in that case, right now, at the time of speaking, 2024, that guy is not rich, so he cannot buy a car. But maybe, who knows? Maybe in 2025, maybe in 2055, he becomes rich. His uncle dies and he inherits. Who knows? So if you say was in that situation, you're saying that right now it's impossible, but maybe in the future it becomes possible. Who knows? But if you say were, it means that's absolutely impossible. Ilhami says, if I enough working hours, I that. Like a quiz. So if I had enough working hours, I would do that. If I had, I would have done that. What's the difference? Guys, you tell me. Let me copy paste your answer, your question. You tell me. If I enough working hours, I that had would do had would have done. Which one and why? Your why, the reason, is more important than just saying want to. So when we can use past participle, we will talk about it. That third conditional, Francis. The question of Francis. So write your answers. In type 2, we have to use would in the main clause, right? Nothing else. You can use could too. Could for possibilities. I could, if I were slim, or if I were strong, I could, for example, climb something. Both are correct, not is. So until you're typing, I'll tell you. Both of them are correct. If I had enough time or enough working hours, I would do something. Means right now I don't have enough time. Right now. I don't have enough time. I'm just saying I wish I had. I'm just dreaming. So I cannot do that. Or I don't do that. But imagine in the next 10 years, 10 years after, like 2034, you said, 10 years ago, if I had enough time, enough working hours, I would have done something. In this case, you are talking about your past. Your past. So please stop typing, focus on the topic, forget the quiz. I'm gonna say something. For example, bulldozer. Bulldozer and I were invited to a party last week. Bulldozer saw me and he said, hello, hi, he waved and something like that, but I didn't see him. I was eating, I was talking with different people, I didn't see him. Today, Bulldozer says, teacher, last week I saw you at the party. I said hello, but you didn't answer me. Why? Are you mad at me? Is there anything wrong? I said, no. You saw me? I didn't see you. I said, okay, Bulldozer, if I had seen you, listen, don't type, listen. If I had seen you, I would have said hello. Let me type it for you on the PDF. If I had seen you, Bulldozer, I would have said hello. In the past, last week in the party. So I didn't see you that time, so I didn't say hello that time too. Everything is about past. Everything. Past action, past result, past conditions, whatever. So that's the difference. If I had seen you last week, I would have said hello last week too. I didn't see you, that's why I didn't say hello. That is third conditionals. That is third conditionals. In second conditionals, we use past simple and would plus base form. In third conditionals, we use had seen you, past perfect, and would plus have plus past participle. I would have done, I would have said, he would have gone. Different things. Past perfect, no. Future perfect, no. That's not, future perfect means will. We don't say will have to, we say would. You can call it perfect modals, or would plus have plus past participle. That's not future perfect. But past perfect, yes. So that is a difference. Okay? So far, we've talked about 0, first, second, and third. Mixed conditional, that's hard. That's a bit difficult. You need to understand, you need to master the other conditionals in order to talk about if mixed conditionals. So That's soon for you guys. Make sure to practice these 4 conditionals. Probably next week we may talk about mixed conditionals too. During this week, practice. If she had had enough money, she would have gone to the cinema in the past. Francis, like yesterday, last week, last year, last month. Everything is about past. We're talking about past situations. Yes. In that case, we can use it. But thank you again for those who are interested. If you want to download this PDF to have the examples or definitions or explanation, whatever, make sure to join my Telegram channel. Everything is free there. Free materials, free videos, free PDFs, everything. Make sure to join and share it with your friends so they can grow and improve their English too. Don't be jealous. Don't be selfish. So, anyway, why in the sentence it have to had? So past perfect. For past perfect, we use had plus past participle. If for example, he had studied, he had played, he had spoken, he had written. So Francis, what's the past participle of have? Past participle of have, had. Very good. In past perfect, we start with the had. We said, for example, he had studied, he had worked, he had spoken. Now, had, you want to say we have, he had had. That's the reason. The first had is for past perfect. The second had is for the past participle of have. Have, had. Okay? So, if he had something. But thank you very much. Our class is over. It's been like 70 minutes. That was good. If you have any questions, please ask me. Otherwise, we're good to go. Thanks for being with us. Every week, I host a class once a week. I've been doing this since 2023. Now this server has more than 200,000 students. When I joined, it had 80,000. So don't worry. Every session, you can come here, you can study. If you have some opinions about topics, like if you have some suggestions about the topics, send me a message. Say, teacher, my recommendation is, for example, present simple. Teach us present simple. We don't know. I don't know. Teach us past perfect. Teach us participle. Anything you want. Give me some suggestions. Based on your suggestions, I will design some materials. Tomorrow I will upload this video on my YouTube. You can watch yourself. Most of the class, very good. That's perfect. Yes. The point is to be consistent, to keep doing, to keep learning. Your classes are helpful, enjoyable. Thank you very much. So happy to hear that. So thank you, everybody. Have a nice week. Have a nice weekend, day, life, anything. I will see you again on... So I don't know the exact day. I should check that. But next week. Any day next week. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.